I'm going to remind you to please silence your cell phones if you haven't already, and I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the talents of Carol and the Goodfellow.
Yes, the good fellow, the other good fellow is sitting over here. Beautiful song that I'd like to offer today called Breath of Heaven. Yeah, you know that one. I have traveled many moonless nights, cold and weary, with a babe inside, and I wonder what I've done. Holy Father, you have come and chosen me now to carry your Son. I am waiting in a silent prayer. I am frightened by the load I bear in a world as cold as stone. Must I walk this path alone? Be with me now. Be with me now. Breath of heaven, hold me together. Be forever near me, breath of heaven. Breath of heaven, lighten my darkness, pour over me your holiness, for you are holy. Breath of heaven. Do you wonder as you watch my face if a wiser one should have had my place? But I offer all I am
Today I've chosen a reading from Daily Word, and that wasn't nice. Today I've chosen a reading from Daily Word. It's entitled Guidance. When I feel without direction or unsure which way to turn, I return my attention to the divine presence within me. This is where I can find my most reliable guidance. The best way to receive my guidance is to quiet my thoughts and still the activity of my mind. This helps me discern divine guidance, which often arrives as a whisper in my soul. I let go of concerns and indecision that have been weighing on my mind. I open myself to spirit and discover the answers I seek are already within me. I wait patiently as my guidance becomes clear and release any expectations about how I think it should look. With an open and receptive mind and heart, I am grateful for divine guidance. Psalm 25:4. Make me know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. And so it is. And now we'll be entertained by the talents of Carol and the Goodfellows.
Speaking of Goodfellas, look, we got a new one. Well, an old new one. New old one.
It's a blessing to serve God, and I thank you, God, it makes me sing. 1, 2, 3, 4. To a higher place. I can't
to have you back, Richard, even if it's only 1 week.
Wow. God makes me feel so good I can do almost anything. Yes, I love it. Thank you so much for that beautiful, inspiring song. Yay. What a wonderful group that we have. I want to thank everybody for being here today, especially the angels. I think it's important that we take time in our lives to thank all the beings on the other side, the angels, the guides, for the love, the intuition, the understanding that they bring us. Isn't that right? This month, the title is The Eternal Song of the Angels. When I was asked what the title of my talk would be, I thought about it for a little while. I got still and quiet. And then I heard an angel say, "Can you hear me now?" So I went with it. Can you hear me now? The thought of just being able to connect with the angels. I want to tell you a story. One day I was doing a meditation, sitting very quiet, very still, and I hear this very unusual sound. And I'm in meditation, and I follow that sound. And it seems like it took me a long time to get to where it originated from. But when I got there, I was so impressed because it was a choir of angels singing. Tears rolled down from my eyes. And I was so blessed, felt so loved, so healed from that meditation. How many people believe in angels? Yes, well, almost everybody. What I understand about the thought that science has is that there's energy. And everything that energy is, we can feel and touch and experience to one degree or another. Some of it good, some of it not so good. But when I think about how life is, the trials and the tribulations that we go through in life, and the energy that we draw to us, create with, work with, and how that really bases our lives and has an effect on our communities and the world. And yet, I understand that we have within us that divine, innate God spark that we create from. When we create from that spark, from that energy, and we're mindful to listen to the intuition, to the love, to that comes from within us, but really it comes from the energy, the source, God essence. Then we start to learn what to do with it. When we learn what to do with the energy, how to co-create in our lives, we manifest. Now, sometimes we manifest really well. And then there's those times when things just go to hell. Isn't that right? And I think to myself, was I not listening to my angels? And I have this vision when I think this thought that there's a bunch of angels up there somewhere, that they have these little keyboards and they're waiting for some information to come in, like a prayer, like a thought, so that they could respond in a positive way, give us the information that we need in order to bring a project to fruition, bring something from our mind thoughts into reality. Sometimes when we think we've got the whole table set, everything's perfect, things go awry, and we wonder why. Why didn't it work out for me this time? I thought everything was set. My father would tell me, Marvin, there's one thing that will correct everything. Time. Said time will correct everything. Just because you're ahead of that vibration that you need to fulfill your life, just because mentally, well, we're here, but it's still catching up to us. Then we learn patience. Sometimes Spirit will teach us patience. You know, like we just learned earlier, the teacher is silent while you're taking your test. And I just think of how many times in my life I've jumped ahead. I've made decisions that didn't work out. One, I wasn't listening. I wasn't seeing the cues that say, no, not yet. And then there's those times when I get the cue. I get the feeling. I get the awareness. I get the understanding. And I move forward and everything really works out well. And it keeps working out. When we get into the path, into that flow of who we are meant to be, we are supported by the universe. Every aspect of the way, the universe will support us. Our goals will be reached. How many believe that? Yes, our goals will be definitely achieved. And I see it time and time again. Now, I know one thing. In this group, there's probably not one goal the same as the next. Probably not one. I bet 10 people could tell me 10 different goals that they have in their life, what they want. And I bet there's some people here that would say, oh, it's too late. It's too late for me to have what I really wanted. I want to tell you, with Spirit, it's never too late. It's never too late. And in the Bible, there's a story about that, where there was a baby born in an elderly couple's late life. Isn't that right? It tells me that all things are possible with God. All things are possible. The next thing I want to tell you is that knowing that all things are possible, learning about energy, learning about the divinity of man, learning about the soul, I had a thought. It became a question, and I kept asking the question. How many people have been told that when you die, you can go see Jesus? You know, we've all heard that. And I'm like, if science is telling me that the soul goes on, and if we spiritually understand that there's reincarnation and souls can come back, then I thought, how about the soul of Jesus? Why do I have to die in order to see Jesus? Why can't I see Jesus now? And I thought it was a very valid question. So I kept asking it until I got the answer. And there was a time when there was the presence of Jesus right in front of me. Now, I didn't say, hi, how you doing? I'm glad I got an answered prayer. I didn't say anything. All I did was stand there in awe that it happened. So with God, anything is possible. When we work with our angels and our guides, we find the right footing in our life. When we're going through trials and tribulations, I want to tell you about that. When those tough times happen, what that does to an ordinary person is it gives them the strength to do extraordinary things in life. It builds your character. It builds your trust. When we're able to move beyond the things that seem like blocks to us or tragedies to us, we're able to take that Christ connection that's in us and move beyond it. How many people believe that? Yes. So I'm looking for people that want to do extraordinary things in their life. I have a mission here at the church to do some wonderful things, but it takes a posse. And when I look in this group of people that are members of this church, I can see a strong posse. I can see things really happening in this church and that it is dynamic. So I wanted to say a little something that I went through this week to close. I had a very dear friend for many, many years that I'm going to remember because she was a spark of joy. She would make you laugh at a drop of a pen. She was just a funny, funny lady. She spent about 5 years battling cancer, and she made her transition this week. And I'll miss her. But I want you to know that she's an angel, that she loved the world, and she loved her life. And even though that she made her transition this way, she had a wonderful life, and she will be missed by me and many others. And when we see our families and friends, just know that part of our gift to them is to just genuinely love them. And listen to our angels. Our angels will guide us. I want to thank you. God bless you. And God bless all the angels. All right. I'd like to have our ushers come forward. I like to always say that giving is not just about making a donation. It really is about making a difference. And as you give, you make a difference for this temple and for this community and for the world and for yourselves. So let us just take this moment. Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we give, all that we receive. And so it is. God bless. Thank you. And now we're going to have music with Carolyn and the Goodfellows.
All righty. You ready to sing?
You're not gonna need a book for this. You know the words.
Why don't you get up? Stand up. Yeah, stand up and if you feel comfortable.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Here we go.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad.
Oh yeah.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas with lots of presents to make you happy. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas with mistletoe and lots of cheer, with lots of laughter throughout the year from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad. Feliz Navidad. A Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año de felicidad. Cha cha cha. Thank you, Richard, for coming down and hanging out with us in the warmth of Florida. Now go back to your cold town. Thanks for coming, y'all. We'll see you next week.